Hello and welcome.
Good evening. I was
Good
going to say
morning.
good morning.
Well, it's good morning somewhere.
Right,
Um,
that's right.
so, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and ring my meditation singing bowl to clear space and energy, and then we can get started.
Sounds good.
All right. So, tell
How's
me.
how's it going in this fuzzy, murky energy of Pisces?
Well, I feel like time is definitely an illusion because time has slipped or went by really quickly for me this week. I remember that I was asking you earlier, like, did you send me the thing? And I
Oh,
did not see it. I was like, oh, there it is. It was like bright as day when I started looking at it. And I was like, okay, well, I guess you did send it. But I guess I've been so busy this week. Like, it's just like I wake up, do my thing, and before I know it, it's time to go back to sleep. And it's been like that all week for me. So,
well, it is an interesting time because with a Pisces new moon, Saturn is still in Pisces. Um, That's like, fantasy state, dream state, really hard to get your mind wrapped around anything because Mercury has gone into Aries, which is like a totally different energy than Pisces water. Aries is fire and aggressive. Pisces, just wants to mellow out and dream and do very little.
mm-hmm,
So you've got some sort of conflicting energies there. So it might leave you feeling emotional,
mm-hmm,
might
mm-hmm.
feel more sensitive and sort of frustrated because what you're trying to move forward or get out might be intercepted, so to speak. And but there's some other really positive aspects along with our new moon. It's technically between Saturday and Sunday, depending on where you are, um, at 20 degrees Pisces. So we're ahead of it. And tonight during this chat, our moon is in Aquarius. So we're having a chat about astrology and all things metaphysical, which is a very Aquarian moon. Um, Mars and Venus are still together very closely, and that's making a trine to the South Node. And I don't know if anyone else is going to be able to relate to this, but that's very much bringing in people, places, memories, and dreams of the past, the South Node. It could be actual people in this 3D reality of your past. It could be through your dreams, through past lives, and very, very strange dreams or graphic. They often say that with heavy Pisces energy, dreams are very much in color, or more almost like time travel, like, how sometimes you can have like a dream that is a specific thing or an event. And then other nights you can dream like you're traveling, you're traveling from one building to another scenario to another, event. And it's sort of like an ongoing changing of atmosphere. So it's very important to pay attention to your dreams during this time because they're more graphic and more active. it's likely you can bring uh, valuable information from them to your reality here and now to apply. Um, I had a dream of, I was trying to herd all these different kinds of dogs. It was just so weird. And my dogs were part of this little herd, but I kept trying to get these dogs all in one place, and this one would go here, and I was just like, you know, trying to keep calm, keeping it all together. So that could go in all kinds of directions, I'm sure. Um, Pisces rules the feet, so you might experience something with the feet. It doesn't have to be bad. Um, but feet have to do with our emotions of moving forward. So if there are foot problems, often it means that we're having a hard time moving forward on something or accepting something. Um, Pisces is the psychic sponge. It's all about the empath, like they literally feel other people's emotions. And they have a bad rap for being alcoholics. So I would never make a blanket statement like that, but it's not unusual for heavy Pisces energy to be indulgent in things like alcohol and sugar. Um, some might say that that's like a defense mechanism to try and process all of that heavy energy or other people's energy. It's very much the lesson for all of us from Pisces about, if you're feeling in a funk or kind of blue, you know, it may not be anything you're going through at all. It could be that you're picking up from your environment around other people. So, Pisces teaches us to, walk in another person's shoes before passing judgment and show some compassion. Um, it's, I believe, are the key words. It's a very deeply spiritual energy. It rules the 12th house of the natural zodiac, which is where we find information on past lives, secrets, enemies, confinement, like hospitals and institutions. Um, so it's a really good time to kind of be quiet, and as opposed to, uh, Mercury in Aries wants to be out there and loud and getting things done and very active, and Pisces, and you know, it wants to chill. It wants to be, uh, in the shade with a lemonade, chilling out. Maybe
Mhm.
some little spirits in that lemonade to help with chilling out. What else is going on? We have, with Saturn still in Pisces, um, that's like fortifying our ability to heal old wounds. So if you do find things and people from the past coming up, it very well could be to, you know, forgive that situation or person for something. Um, it rules the third eye chakra. So your lower brain and central nervous system will be feeling this new moon. And I know they always, basically say on a new moon, get new things started or whatever. This energy of Pisces, it's more about meditating, praying, and thinking about your new things you want to start, but keeping it close to the vest, keeping it to yourself to let it gain some power, some inner power. Um, Pisces is the space cadet. So, you could feel a little spacey or just having a harder time than normal focusing or following through. And so instead of frustrating yourself or getting, exasperated because you're not uh, getting some kind of to do task list checked off, it really is. I know here and lots of parts of the United States are experiencing a lot of heavy rain. And of course, Pisces does rule um, oceans and tides and the waves and water. So to see flooding and water events um, is certainly already been happening, and I anticipate it getting more intense. I have a flower pot outside. I guess it's about that deep, and we've had so much rain this week. It's three-quarters of the way full, and and they're calling for more this weekend. So that's very, that's again, it supports that energy of being quiet, spending time meditative, spending time, you know, studying your spirituality, um, maybe meeting with like minded people to study some sort of philosophy. Um, it's really, it's water for Neptune is like a calming elixir, and if you have the ability to actually get near bodies of water, it's very healing. Or if you don't live anywhere near water, just taking a restorative bath or hot shower is very uh, healing and cathartic for your intuition and your emotions to be allowed to um, come from the subconscious mind to the conscious mind. Because that's when I say Pisces is the psychic faculty and rules the 12th house, we're talking about the subconscious mind. And that's what dreams are about, right? Is things in our subconscious trying to bleed through to the conscious mind. So, very warm and fuzzy. Of course, my favorite thing about Pisces is to envision Neptune, the mythological Titan who lived at the bottom of the ocean with and, and would guard the gates behind which all the secrets and mysteries of the universe are. And the analogy being that we have to swim in some very murky, dark waters in order to be, um, for those secrets and mysteries to be revealed to us. That makes me think of, quantum physics and things outside of our minds, uh, like wanting to make it fit in a form. Pisces wants you to get out of the lines, think out of the box, um, really trust your intuition and what feelings you're having, and honor them, because that is the spiritual work, and that can be very draining when you're allowing old pains or negative behavior patterns come up from your subconscious mind so that you can heal them and purge them. It can be tiring. And so that's why it's a good idea to rest more than usual over the next couple of weeks. On March 25th, we actually have a Libra lunar eclipse. So we'll be going from this very sort of fuzzy, foggy, space cadet kind of energy to a more intellectual, let's get out and socialize. Uh, we have this, that would be the spring equinox coming upon us. I know everybody's different in different parts of the world, but on the East Coast this weekend, we set the clocks up, so time changes and allowing for more
Is
light.
that this weekend?
Sunday. Yeah.
So we get a one less
Spring,
hour.
yeah, we spring forward.
Then we need to go to bed.
That's what I'm saying. This is a
What
weekend that
that 1 hour is makes a big difference.
that's right. I wish they would stop doing that. I wish they would just keep it
Oh,
natural and let our bodies adjust naturally instead of they sort of forced to reboot our bodies every few months like that. So
yeah, because honestly, I am feeling it. I mean, it could be a mixture of things, but let's just say astrologically, I'm feeling it. You know,
it's sort
like
of a sleep deprivation kind of energy.
yes, it is. And now that you talked about like the whole time issue, like that
Yeah,
makes sense too. Like how it's all serendipitously like happening around that time, right?
right.
So yeah, it all
Um,
fits.
and the thing that we're all already starting to respond to subconsciously is the events of April. The March 25th eclipse um, kind of, I guess, starts it off. But then, as we get into April with um, Jupiter conjunct Uranus, I mean, that's a historic combination. And so Jupiter is like higher mind, higher consciousness. It's the largest planet in the solar system, so it tends to expand whatever energy it's being influenced by. And of course, Uranus is the maverick, and electricity. So I think we're subconsciously reacting to like this energy wave that's building into something that's revolutionary. And I say that with a lot of excitement, because the thing that different people handle differently, I guess, is change. And, you can psychologically analyze like personality types and how people react or process, you know, their tasks. But change is the only thing that's permanent. So the more we are adaptable to things changing to stay in flow, the more peaceful we are in our life. And so um, if you look back historically, and I'll do more of this as we get into April, but people revolt against their government. It's kind of a reset of the people wanting to be free. And
Hmm.
so if there's an oppressive kind of big boot on the throat of the taxpayer or the citizen, um, you can expect to see uh, riots in the street, which we've already been seeing some of this. And, instead of taking that as, oh my gosh, you know, the system is changing, I want to just flail my arms to the heaven and say, thank God the system is changing, because it's been a very demeaning, demoralizing kind of system for a long time. So people even recognizing basic freedoms that they've given up or lost will be like a light bulb or an epiphany. I was putting on my seatbelt this afternoon, and I was thinking about, and I've got in the mail my renewal for my uh, car registration. And I was thinking about all of these little taxes and fees that government puts on us, right? And you pay taxes for everything that you buy. And then, you know, if you work at home and have equipment, certain localities tax you on that, on items that you've already paid tax on when um,
Oh yeah, I pay tax on my scale. I was like,
yeah,
why? My
Yeah.
master, like, what's up with having a scale? Like, I don't understand.
And it's, you know, tabulating the depreciation of that kind of personal property.
Mm,
And Pluto is what rules the tax man. And we all know that Pluto has been, doing a number over the last 12, 14 years in Capricorn with authority. So now that it's into the early degrees of Aquarius, uh, we should be seeing some significant changes with authority. And what I anticipate based on historic cycles is people reclaiming their own freedom. And it's just a time in our history and cycles that is profound. And anything that you can do to, stay calm, keep your center, keep your wits about you. Don't get fed up in the frenzy of, part of society that always freaks out when something changes, or, recognizing that the whole political landscape is a movie, and just trying to take things somewhat detached, because that's what Aquarius is. And so I think between Pluto in Aquarius, teaching us about our own individuality and freedom and creativity, and being somewhat detached about what everybody else is doing and not necessarily wanting to go along with what everybody else is doing. And then all of this Piscean kind of energy with Saturn is in the late degrees of Pisces. Whenever a planet is in the very early or very late degrees, those are anaretic degrees, and they're very intensified. So Saturn in Pisces has been about, you know, your inner authority, your inner psychic being, your inner father figure or mother figure, whoever was the most authoritative in your life, is what Saturn represents for you. And it can also mean about, facing your demons. If you do have any kind of addiction, whether it's food, alcohol, you know, God forbid, hard drugs, or even the prescription drugs that people get hooked on. I mean, that can be a difficult time, because the universe is going to try and have you detach. And to do that, first you have to recognize, like, come out. Like, Pisces is very about being in denial. Every energy has its good side and bad side, and you try to
mm,
find the moderation between them, right? So, um, you know, trying to come out of denial about things. And one of the biggest things that I see, having done readings, is people in denial about their behavior patterns. It's just very difficult for us to look in the mirror and see somewhat self sabotaging or self destructive behavior patterns, because they are patterns, they're familiar. And
mm,
it's much scarier to reach beyond, like, so, with this south node involved with this new moon configuration, that's being very comfortable in things that are familiar. And it's a challenge to reach to that north node and break the patterns. That's very, I'll give you an example. So I've had pretty much a life of caregiving, whether it be my family or my friends. I have uh, Moon and Venus in Cancer, and I, am about nurturing. And in the last couple of months, with, my neighbors, that he's died and she's on a terrible decline, um, and the family is not right here. They're not too far of a drive, an hour or so, but they have families and their lives. And So no one's like right here. I am right here, like two doors down. So
Mhm.
this week, she's in she took a terrible fall. She's in a rehabilitation center. And my nature is, because it's not that far for me to run over there and see how she's doing. And really, in those places, you want somebody around your loved ones because there's just not enough staff to take care of all of the need. But I'm also kind of run down and dealing with some challenges personally. And so I would stop myself, like, I think it was Wednesday. I I was like, I need to run over there. And then this other voice was like, no, you really don't, you know, and maybe you should set a boundary, let the family handle this, because I'm
Mhm.
not technically family. Let
Right. You're
the
just
family,
a neighbor.
yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
And, you know, but that actually came through my thought pattern of, no, you need to take care of yourself and not get spread so thin trying to take care of everybody. And so I didn't go. And so it's been like a week, and I got off from work kind of early today, so it was a good time to go over there. And I'm glad I did, because she needed some extra attention. And the nurses really don't, they have so many patients, they don't get around to everybody. So um, but my point is, try to recognize where you overextend yourself for others, or that you don't, stop to think, what is your pattern? And that was one of those moments for me of, my pattern is to go and do and be. It's very unusual for me to focus on what's best for me. It's
Mhm.
always been about, what can I do for them? And it's a big adjustment on in our little cul-de-sac, because of their uh, him dying, and she's not at the house. And so there are changes and adjustments already in the air, and more to come. um, they've been there since 1961. I've been here since 1971, so we have a long history together, and we do love each other. But it's still about, think about, that's one of the things about looking in the mirror and recognizing, do you have a pattern in your life that does not support your highest well being or your best interest? And that's what this energy, this weekend is a very good weekend to meditate on, what are your spiritual gifts? What are your denials? What have you been in denial about? And, do you need to have a good cry about it? Or do you need to just kind of nap and sleep and let your dreams present what it is from your subconscious mind?
I have a story for you.
Okay.
I'm tired of washing the dishes.
Okay.
And yeah, and so I've been bitching about it to my son. Like, you know, I don't like washing these things. And I see that you don't either. And they're not going to wash themselves. So um, basically, I've started using the dishwasher. I've never used it like as much as I have these days in my whole entire life. So for me, that is my change. I'm not going to sit here and wash the dang dishes like back in, like, I don't know, maybe the 60s when there wasn't like a dishwasher. I don't know when the dishwasher invention got created, but um I was raised in the house to hand wash my dishes, and so I never thought about it. And I was like, why the heck am I doing all this? Nobody is helping me with this. I sure as hell don't want to do it.
Right.
People
So
want
then
to
it
eat.
becomes, who loads and unloads the dishwasher?
Oh, I do, but you know what? I would rather rent and have like the dishwasher wash it,
Yeah.
and I can unload and, whatever, put it in and take it out.
Yeah.
Because it does save time, and it does leave it super clean, And so yeah, that's what I've done. I've decided I'm not going to do dishes anymore.
There you go. That's the
And
proclamation.
I'm dealing with water, so it must be that Piscean thing. Like
Yeah.
I about had it. So yeah, there you go. There's my
Well,
story.
and it's self-care. If it gives you more time to do
Yes,
other
to
things
work.
you need to do. Yeah.
I've noticed it takes me 15 to 30 minutes just to do like some dishes, and I do it constantly throughout the day. And I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm always in the. I said, this is my second job doing dishes. I hate it. So I limit the dish use. I put some stuff away so we don't use all the dishes. And it's going to get washed one way or another.
Well, and then you could also go to paper and plastic if it really got to you.
Well, we do when we're having takeout or whatever, like pizza and things like that. Then we'll whip out the paper plates. But, I mean, I've tried to like, use what we have and just do basic like soap and water, old school, because that's like contributing more waste product to the landfills and things like that. But yeah, that's it. That was it for me. It was dishes.
You'll probably see a few more things come up over the next few months.
Oh shit.
Well,
What?
that's all good. It's all good. It's about all of us finding our own sense of authority, our own sense of freedom, our own intuition and soul realization, you know, using the wisdom that we've gained from the past and our ancestors' wisdom that, we can apply now. So it's all good. It's a momentous kind of time that we're living. And
Mm.
um, it's just keeping it rational, where this is kind of weird. Um, there's a violent nature to this energy too. And in less than 24 hours, um, there was a runaway girl found dead, naked in the woods, very close by. She'd been
Oh,
gone for 3 days. And today, downtown was shut down, kind of. A man was shot and killed outside of the Capitol. So what it made me think about is I think we're also in a period of time where a lot of souls are dying. A lot of people are leaving. Does the school system where you live have what they call FAR rooms at school? And they
bar
have,
rooms.
mhm, and it's happened since COVID, where there are these rooms in the high schools where students can go to like lay down under a weighted blanket or listen to meditative music to try and handle anxiety that the kids have been having.
No, not that I know of on my side. No.
And uh, the suicide rate amongst young people has just been off the charts. So, you know, it's just, again, we're living historic times. And Pluto and Aquarius, the Jupiter Uranus conjunction, people as a whole want the truth. They want clarity and the truth and to be living authentically. And that does mean working through a lot of psychological sludge. And, um, we're go through, I don't know if we're through it all or not. I think the peak of it was a couple of years ago with all the lawsuits about opioids and addiction to painkillers, and that distinction people make about street drugs and prescription drugs are somehow different. They're all drugs, they're all addictive. People who are addicted to a prescription their doctor gives you somehow hold themselves above the heroin addict on the street, but it's still an addict. And that's what this energy also brings attention to, is addictions. It could be, you know, it could be an emotional addiction, like a thought pattern that's self-destructive, that, you know, it's a circle jerk, and you have to first face it and recognize it before you can ever heal that wound, which is Saturn in Pisces. So there's some hard spiritual work, um, and that will take you either voluntarily or drag you by the feet, and so the more you can kind of embrace the energy for what its natural affinities are, the easier time you'll have. And I think, all in all, one of the best things we could do is rest more and allow our dream state and our subconscious mind to have some fertile ground. I um, kind of used an analogy of this new moon. When you plant a seed an inch under the dirt and it's in that dark, it's gestating, and it knows just when to sprout and come above the ground and grow towards the light. And that is very much this energy we're in, is a gestation in the darkness. And you may feel confused, or like you really can't even wrap your head around what's bugging you, but you're just uneasy. It's not a comfortable time we're in. And I think the more that we can, be honest about that and embrace whatever it is we're feeling, um, the better we'll be at adapting to it. And so it's all about perspective. It's all about how you want to look at it. Um, and everybody has varying degrees of denial or hard headedness, right? So um, uh, I guess my prescription would be to rest more than usual over the next couple of weeks, and really pay attention to what's coming up out of the subconscious mind, so that it might make sense to something you're trying to process in the here and now. So it's just a very dreamy, fuzzy, kind of nondescript energy. And that can feel really good, or if you're real controlling and rigid, it's not.
Mhm.
you know and I have Mars in Virgo. I like control, so this kind of energy is challenging for me to maintain, a calm, and maintain a I'm okay with how uh, fuzzy things are, and I don't see things clearly how they're going to fall out. And we have to work on being okay with that. And it's going to be different tricks and trades that people use to get to that peaceful place. Um,
Sounds like this weekend, if I can squeeze it in, it'll be an ideal thing to get like a pedicure
yeah,
done or a manicure or both. I haven't done it in a while, and I could use a little TLC over there. So, yeah, sounds good. I mean, because like after this life, you know, I think I'm gonna relax. I was gonna sit in front of the computer and work on some personal stuff, but you know what? I'm just gonna just lay down and watch some TV and just go to bed.
yeah, just relax.
Mhm.
Well, I brought out one of my favorite decks. I thought I would use the Lover's Tarot tonight to pull cards
Okay.
because the part that I hadn't mentioned a whole lot about Pisces is it can be very romantic.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
um, you know, I think first off, um, you know, absolving yourself of any karma from a past love um, is the first step to welcoming in new love. And, loving yourself is what sets the groundwork for manifesting the person that loves you. So
Hmm.
that's why I brought out the Lover's card, because Pisces can be very lovey, very romantic, a lot of fantasy.
Let me see here. I think I want to bring out some spicy cards.
You bring out them spicy cards.
um,
These aren't all that spicy. They're just big and pretty artwork, and it's only the major arcanum. So I thought we needed just major messages since the energy is pretty fuzzy and
it's
not.
fuzzy, and I need some stimulation.
Yeah,
Let's wake up a little bit. Okay, I got my cards, and I'm using the Casanova Tarot.
nice.
Let's
All
see what
right,
Casanova brings.
that sounds good.
Okay, and then I guess we're gonna start off with Aries, right?
At the beginning, yes. So we have Mercury in Aries right now, which is, very hot-headed, impulsive, uh, synapses in the brains, quick. You could have wonderfully inspiring new ideas. Um,
Hmm.
and I got the moon.
I think this is 19. Hmm. I don't know. What is number 19? This is making me think. Is this a sun?
I have to look it up.
Yeah. Before the moon is the sun, right? Or sun and moon?
Let's see. I've got a book here that'll tell us. 19 is the sun.
Okay, yeah. Ding ding ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
There goes my intuition.
There you go. So we have the sun and moon for Aries.
Yeah, so that's masculine and feminine energy over here.
Yeah,
Um,
that's pretty cool. It's very dreamy.
yeah, you got two dogs and
The
a lobster.
crawfish.
Crayfish, crawfish.
Yeah.
And look, we have this guy fishing over here looking for something. So maybe, Aries, you will see something from your dreams.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It could be about travel, it could be about going to a different place. There might be some obstacles in the way, but maybe you start to see something.
I like it. I like the sun and moon. It seems to
Mm.
be a balance there.
Right. Because I feel like there's something up because like on the 25th, with that Libra
Lunar.
eclipse,
Mm-hmm.
lunar eclipse, that's Aries energy too.
Right.
So yeah, maybe you're gonna see something around this time. So just pay attention to what that is.
And so we had our Virgo full moon a couple of weeks ago, which is the opposite of Pisces. So we still have those energies of the, you know, looking at our diet and nutrition and health conditions from Virgo.
Mhm. Well, I kind of somewhat did. I mean, but I still bought my cookies. I ain't gonna lie. So next we have Taurus.
Taurus. So we have Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus right now,
Hmm.
and they are about 7 degrees apart. And by, let's see, April 20th, they will be at the same degree. So that's the star.
Oh, okay. And I have here the Hermit.
So
Hmm,
that's
that's
very much the dreams.
mm-hmm.
Stay to yourself a little bit.
Really thinking about what you hope and wish for. Yeah, because I think like now's the time to really think about it, and then later on you execute.
Yeah.
But just take the time to really reflect. What do you want at this time? Yeah, instead of like trying to do it now.
These are financial goals too.
Hmm.
Might mean a little bit of tightening of the financial belt with
Yeah, that
Hermit.
could be. Mm-hmm. Because that's that Virgo energy.
Yeah. And Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is love and money. So you might not be feeling too social with the Hermit, but the star would say promises are fulfilled. So just I would envision really clearly all the details of what you desire.
Yeah, I would say that because it may not happen now, but what you do today will reflect at a later time.
Right.
So that's good. Just do what you've been doing, Taurus.
Yeah.
So next we have Gemini.
Oh, look.
Oh, well, there you go, Gemini.
So this is very romantic
Mm-hmm.
for the Pisces new moon.
Seven of Wands. There's conflict between two lovers, like a duel. Hmm.
Well, one of the less desirable interpretations of the lover's card is that Cupid figure being a third person. Now, it could be a parent, doesn't have to be another lover,
Mm-hmm.
someone maybe passing judgment on the union or trying to put their 2 cents worth in.
Like a family feud.
Yeah.
Like somebody's got to say something about somebody's relationship. Or it could be like two brothers, like having to duke it out. You know.
Oh my gosh, I was just thinking of a woman who has been with two brothers and the brothers didn't know it.
You did what?
Pisces is secrets. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, everybody knows about their business now. Look, I
yeah,
mean, like,
new moon.
yeah, the neighbors came out, or whoever. This could be coworkers, and they're out there. I don't know. Really, it seems like maybe fighting over a situation, or who is the right, who has the upper hand, or you know.
Gemini is the twin, always seeking the lost twin. So it could be an internal conflict as well,
Mm-hmm.
and not an outward 3D conflict.
Yeah, that could be it. Um.
Gemini is very intellectual, so And the ruling sign Mercury in Aries for Gemini right now, this is trying to harness that compulsive sort of behavior and channel it into something that is innovative, pioneering, you know, there's
So,
a
in other words,
there's a seeking energy there.
like transmuting an energy for something positive as opposed to like something negative.
Yeah,
Kind of like if you're working on something and you're like beating yourself up because it's not like where you want it to be. Um, don't be so hard on yourself. You
right.
know, it's not that bad.
It's more of an internal battle,
hmm
than the whole, concept of duality. This energy is too about paranormal activity. So, you know, any of the signs could experience communications that are from someone who's crossed over or a vision.
No, I believe that. I was asking my spirit guides something personal, and I said, "Is it a physical person?" They said, "No." I said, "Is it someone who's passed over?" They said, "Yes." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, wasn't expecting that." Um, and that was, before you even mentioned anything like that. So that was weird. So yeah,
Yeah, these are the times.
I know, right? So Cancer, what are you guys up to for this moon?
Well, Cancer should like this energy. I mean, it's again that intuitive, watery kind of stuff. Might feel a little maudlin.
Well, I have this Nine of Swords.
I have the Hanged Man.
Okay, Cancer, what are you up to?
Seeking their faith, looking for reason.
Um, I have a feeling like Cancer, maybe you don't feel good about a situation. This could be about you. It could be about someone else that you know of that you love. But regardless, I feel like it doesn't feel good. So let's just say that you were the one who was acting a little bit naughty, and you're reflecting like you shouldn't have done that. You should have waited, right? You should have held out. Um, but for others, if this isn't about you, you're probably thinking that your person's out with someone, um, and you're trying to get it out of your head. Like you don't feel good about like this energy. So it can go like I don't know. There's a couple scenarios here.
Yeah, it's
Huh.
a very, I mean, the Hanged Man is a very spiritual energy,
Mm-hmm.
soul seeking.
Yeah. So maybe you should have held out. Yeah, a little bit longer. Now there's a little bit of regret. But I know that's not everyone's story. So
It could be, again, that South Node being aspected with things from the past.
yeah, like something drudged up from back then, and it's being brought up to the surface to deal with. So interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. So next we have Leo.
Leo the Lion. I have Chariot.
Okay, I think this is I want to say it's a page. like a Page of Wands.
Yeah.
So,
Well, Leo's kind of on the move, isn't it?
yeah, think up to something. I'm assuming. But where are you going? Is the question here. I feel like there's some energy here of like being inspired or wanting to go forward, but maybe not knowing which way to go.
Definitely looking forward, looking into the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, at least there's a spark of interest of wanting to move forward with something. Um, so once you figure it out, it's time to move forward. And I think chariot energy, it could mean the summer months, but it could actually mean within a week. From what I know, like chariot is a fast moving energy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like from now, within a week's time, um, if you feel inspired to do something, then um, like I guess look into it. You know, it's not set in stone, but there's definitely like an idea that I see. So,
Maybe using the Pisces new moon to do some new creative thing. Create
well,
something new, Leo.
yeah.
Get out your adult coloring book.
Well, that'll be a thing. Yeah. So, okay, so next we have Virgo.
Another thing I learned today with these news stories and the young girl that was found, there's an organization where you can report missing children, and it's supposed to be to protect children against trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
And they were involved in this story. Isn't that
Really?
strange?
Hmm.
So, judgment. This is like burning off karma, Virgo.
And I have here the King of Cups. Hmm.
This is definitely something karmic for Virgo. Pisces rules karma, opposite Virgo. Just coming off of the Virgo full moon. So this is transmuting something from a past life.
Yeah, and it's definitely about love or expressing feelings. But do you see like this guy? He has his legs crossed over.
Yeah.
It's not spread open. I mean, he's hiding something back there. Really. Are you being judged? I don't know. Like, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, they definitely need to come clean.
Hmm. Well, he's got his cup on the floor. He's not holding the cup. I still feel like this is like um it feels like a king of cups in reverse, how they're like still repressing their emotions. But maybe it means it's time to open up about how you feel, okay, whether or not you're being judged by other people or not, you know.
Yeah.
Either your little wee wee is like I don't know, like open up, or maybe it's big. I don't know, like mm, and he's holding it down. That's why he has to wear a mask.
Some kind of embarrassment.
I know. Anyway, there goes my mind. Yeah. There's my Piscean thoughts right there.
Definitely some kind of rebirth for Virgo.
Yeah, it's about your feelings, so check it out. But take your time, and I know you will take your time.
Yeah.
All right. So next we have Libra. Ooh, wow. Oh, interesting. I was looking for spicy and I'm getting like some. Look at that. Look at. Wow, you have the Hierophant and I have 10 of Pentacles.
Big
Hmm.
stuff for Libra.
Libra, are you getting married or. um, yeah. Long term goals. Um, wanting like something stable in your life.
So, that aspect to the South Node I described, the South Node is in Libra. So, this
Mm-hmm.
is definitely tied to either the past here in the 3D or past life for Libra for the Pisces New Moon. Be wise. This is about using your wisdom.
Yeah, I mean, if this is about making a decision about like long term goals, like you're in this flow of whatever that could be. So like keep your thoughts or your intentions, like clear so that you'll be able to continue on with, I want to say, a manifestation of this if it hasn't already happened, or if you're in this vortex of um, in this, the 10 of Pentacles energy of having long term stability, family, maybe finding a committed person that you could be with for a long time. Like, I feel like this is like on like a discovery of having like something long and dependable, and it's that beautiful life that you've always wanted. Feels good, honestly. Feels stable. Yeah, you see how gentleman-like this guy is towards the lady.
Yeah.
That, I mean, like I feel like whoever this person is in your life, like this is what you always wanted. Um, it feels
Having it
good.
all.
Yeah,
Having earned it. Yeah. Definitely through.
yeah. I mean, like holding the hand and saying sweet things, and yeah, like this is a keeper, whoever that person is. Yeah, feels good. I like it. Good for you, Libra. Yeah. So if you dream, it will come. Yes. So next we have Scorpio.
Scorpio is always up to something.
I don't know. I want to take a break. Oh, let's see. What's Scorpio up to? Death? Oh, yeah. How fitting.
Uh,
Don't don't don't.
down to the matter of the thing, down to the bone of the matter.
Oh, look! I have Ace of Cups. So there's like this thing, like this ending for like a rebirth of like this fresh new energy of love. Um,
This might be, one of the basic um, representations of Scorpio is other people's money or resources. So it could
mhm.
be, a joint venture of some sort, something that didn't work out because you were being prepared for the better thing.
Well, I see crossing the bridge because I kept looking at this card. I was like, there's a couple of bridges there that you can cross. One's straight, one's kind of curved. Um,
Definitely the death is about that looking at your eyes in the mirror and being brutally honest with yourself. This is like getting down to the bone.
Yeah, it's like a fresh new start of something. So I mean, honestly, it feels really good. So whatever this new beginning is, just hold on to that energy. Maybe you if you're by like this body of water, like a little lake or river, to get some inspiration. Um,
And the
yeah,
dark force also makes me think of that dark place Scorpio can get to emotionally. And the reminder notice is the life, death, life cycle in all things. So something has come to an end, that it's only the beginning of the next new thing. So not to get too dark.
yeah, like you might love what this next new thing might be.
Better. Yeah.
Mhm.
That it's better.
I like that energy.
What something I was reading recently about rejection is protection. Like if someone rejected you, it's only because there's something better for you. You know,
Oh yeah, I mean I can attest to that. I like as far as like twin flames are concerned, I've waited many years for my twin to get a divorce and um still, hasn't budged, nothing. But and I kind of looked at it like maybe the rejection was for my protection. It wasn't really meant to open,
you have,
for me. And
yeah,
now there's like someone new in my life and he is so much better and I'm thankful. It took a while to get there, but I realized so much that, you know, what my twin didn't do, this guy does tenfold. So it's very clear to me. Like, yeah.
things always happen for a reason.
Yeah. So
Saggy, I have the sun for you.
okay.
Really nice.
And I have 8 of swords. What in the world?
Hmm.
Hold on. I want this to focus. Do you see that? The doctor is looking at his wee wee and is like, and the sun is shining on it. So sad.
They're going to go to a nude beach.
uh, he's like, what did you do?
This is
Mm,
kind of a playful energy.
yeah, but the 8 of swords, it's trying to get out of your head about the situation, right? And not stress. I mean, why are you stressing to begin with? Did you do something like too much? Um, the other thing I'm also getting is like get out of your head about whatever it is and just have
Be
some fun.
optimistic.
Yeah. You might be worried about your health. Just saying. Like maybe there was something that came up, um, and is being shown to you. As a matter of fact, I had a doctor's appointment. What day was that? Okay, I'm good. Sorry, I had a thing about. Yeah. So I feel like it will be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Like if you had a doctor's thing,
The sun is an awesome energy.
yeah. I mean, at least and it's. I don't think it's going to whatever it is. It's gonna like be a detriment to your health. So you'll be okay,
The
Sag.
sun will shine again.
But if you've been naughty, then like you need to hold back and not do that again. You know what I mean? Just saying.
This reminds me to say, never forget it's never too late to have a happy second childhood, Sag, regardless of what you've been through.
Sounds good.
Happy.
I know my son likes to experience that all the time.
Yeah.
He's always like changing and always changing his mind about stuff. I wonder if what his other placements are in his chart now that I think about that. um, Now he's all into NASCAR racing. I was like, okay. I mean, I always thought that he was kind of a southern, real southern boy, but yeah, it's like a phase he's going through.
That's natural.
hmm So now we have Capricorn,
And I have the world.
and I have 7 of Cups.
Nice.
Uh,
Some
hmm.
completion.
This is about choices. What do you? Looks like she's getting her vag steamed, and the guy's watching her. She's all bent over. Um, and look, you're having the world, and that's like Venus almost, right? That's kind of like a Venus-like energy.
Very nice. Completion, having all the elements that you need to manifest. The egg is rebirth and new things.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice, Kat.
Yeah. So, if you want it, get it. That's what it looks like because it looks like it's ripe for the picking, and somebody's watching you. Like, oops, I dropped my soap. Okay. Uh, so I think, I mean, maybe for some of my cappies, you guys might get pregnant if you guys are into that or want to. Um, so just be careful if that's not a thing. Somebody's been watching you. They think you're hot.
Nice energy.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
It
So
is.
take a bath, a spiritual bath
Yeah.
for that lover that's looking at you. So next we have Aquarius.
Aquarius is going through a lot.
Yeah, I would say
Oh,
they are.
the Empress.
Oh, there you
Nice.
go. And we have the moon.
Nice.
Hmm.
Emotional time for the new moon.
Yeah, things are coming up about wanting to make a baby. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like a to make something new, right? Like
Makes it hard.
being creative. Um, Feeling sensual also. Very in the feel about, I don't know, just maybe a mothering energy also is another thing I'm picking up on.
Could be a new invention of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a new dating app. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Considering all the pressure Aquarius is under, this is actually feeling
positive.
like the new moon is that pressure valve is getting released a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Do some beautifying, self care.
Well, maybe this is like the secret low, like in their personal space that they're embodying the energy, but outside, external, they have to deal with the BS and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm getting like very lovey-dovey vibes for this. I don't know. Feels good. like creating like something dreamy.
Yeah.
Uh, dear Libra, thanks, ladies. Okay, yes, honey. All right. So next, last but not least, Pisces.
The Pisces new moon. I would think
Mm-hmm.
Pisces would really relish in this kind of energy. Got the Fool.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
It's deeply spiritual. Remember that. It's finding your faith, having a lot of faith.
Well, I have here, let's see here. It's the 10 of Swords. So this is like an ending of a situation where you can't like move on, right?
And this is the new beginning.
And after the 10 is the 1, or in this case is 0. So you're at that point where you have to let go of whatever you've been dealing with. You know, you have to accept it and just move on. Um, and you could be all in your feels about this. I definitely can see that. It could be about a relationship. It could be about like an idea, like if it was like a project or like a thing that you're pursuing.
Could be revamping a project, like something not being fulfilled and having to adapt to another direction.
Yeah, I would say that because my brother, he was in a nursing field and then he decided to switch gears and go into computers. And then he changed his mind and decided to just stay in the medical field.
Oh, well, there's definitely a need in the medical field.
Yeah, well, it's for like people who have mental health issues.
There's a
So,
big need for that area.
yeah. So, I mean, at this point, he's kind of like too late in the game to go into computers. Um, it's probably because like his best friend from his childhood is doing well. Like Google is flying him all over the world for free, and he's like working at the Mayo Clinic and just working 12-hour shifts, you know. Um, I don't know. So, he got to thinking and then he realized that it's just too much. Like he needs to stick with because he almost has his certification for like his nurse. I don't know what the different things are, but yeah. Yeah, he was that close to just getting certified and taking the test. So, yeah, that's it. Good for him because he always changes his mind. It drives me nuts
Yeah,
all the time.
very adaptable that way.
But
Pisces.
he says, "Well, at least I know everything." I was like, "Well,
Right.
you need to be a master of something. Like, come
Right.
on, pick one
What's that?
thing."
A jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, that's him.
I had a brother like that.
Yeah, well, he's like that.
They're always interesting, they always have.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have nothing wrong. Like, I love my brother, um, and he's funny and stuff, and funny can go oh so far. But what drives me crazy is that he can't make up his mind with nothing. But when he tries, really hard.
Yeah,
But then he loses interest really quickly. Like I don't get it, and it always drove me nuts. And me being a Capricorn can't stand that.
right,
Like being wishy-washy and flip-floppy and um anyways, that's a personal issue I have with my brother, but yeah. But other than that,
well, Pisces is that in the flow, watery kind of nebulousness. I mean, that is what that energy is nebulous, right? It doesn't really have those constructs that earth energy has.
yeah, I don't think he has any earth in his chart. He's always like whatever, like he's always in that flow. And um nothing wrong with that, but like when he makes a life-changing decision, like he's going to change his career path like
Yeah,
10 times and never really completed like his schooling, like he's always changed it like time and time again. Um for me, I have a personal issue with that, but he's my brother and he does, I mean, at least he's maintaining and he's not
right.
like struggling, um so that's good, but yeah, he just needs to pick one. That's all I would like, for him, but you know that's a sister there for you.
It's only natural. Want the best for them and for them to figure it out, but maybe in their reality they have figured it out, and all of that kind of change is what
Yeah,
suits.
there's a method to their madness
Right,
somewhere. Yeah,
right.
it makes sense to them. And
That's
like
right.
whatever floats your boat.
Always exciting.
Yeah. My brother does have a liquor, like top shelf, like in his kitchen. He has all his little liquors. I was like, well, that's nice, but do you drink it? I think he has it on display just to show like he has like a nice like collection of liquor. But I think there was like maybe a bottle or two that may have been opened. But he does drink every once in a while, but he's not like an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes more water than alcohol. But I've known my brother for a long time. Like when we were growing up, you know how you have the water dispenser that you get in the office? He had one for his own personal room.
Oh goodness.
He needed that much water. And I'm like, how do you drink like that? And the way he drinks is like goop, 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 and it's all gone.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, you thirsty?
Yeah.
Really? So, yeah. And he always talks about like he wants to be in the cold weather, but it's kind of ironic that he's in Arizona and it's so
That's
hot.
right. Yeah.
I was like, "What are you doing down there?" I don't know. That's the whole Pisces. Like like I don't understand like why, but his wife is there too. But I think it's because she's in school, and that's why they decided to stay there. And she's from California.
Right.
So, maybe it's just easier to, but she doesn't really visit her family that often. So they're just there. Um, yeah, that's it. So yeah,
Well,
so
the lunar eclipse on the 25th is a Monday. The If you want to stay to Friday, it would be the 22nd would be our next chat.
let's see. Let's look at the calendar. 22nd, but it's really the 25th. I would say let's do the 22nd because like I do like the whole Monday thing, and I normally do like personal readings like on Mondays. Um, so yeah. What do you think?
The 22nd it is.
Okay.
That's a good plan.
Okay. Um, Liz says, I gave up soda, so all I do is drink water, but that coffee though, yeah. Um, yeah, coffee ain't doing it for me anymore. Like I need something stronger. Coffee tastes like hot cocoa.
I've had this really weird thing going on where I don't have any habit. Some mornings I drink tea, some coffee. This morning I had hot cocoa.
You did?
Yeah. Some mornings I just have orange juice. I was I've gone in and out of habits over the years. I mean, I've gone periods where I never drank coffee, and then this particular job I'm at, they make coffee every morning, and so I got in the habit of having, like half a cup. It gets cold before I finish it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, I decided I didn't want I didn't want it anymore, and I've been drinking tea. And some mornings I just start working, and I'm, focused on what I'm doing, and I don't have anything. I drink
Mhm.
water, but I don't know. I've been in this thing where I've not had a habit.
That's okay.
Yeah. I don't have to have anything. I'm okay if
Mhm.
I don't. The other morning I went to the car garage, and it was real early, and I didn't have anything. And it was like my habit is not to have a routine.
Mm.
Yeah.
Alicia says she gave up alcohol. That's actually good.
Congratulations. That's a hard one to battle if it has a hold of you.
Yeah, but if you're like sensitive to alcohol like I am, it's not that hard to give up. You just don't drink it anymore. um, but I think it was because I was like socializing and stuff, and it was just so easy to get a Crown and Coke, and you know, and then it just like my face turns purple, and they're like, "What's wrong with you?" Like, what do you mean?
Never liked to drink. I think for me it's a control thing. I don't want to be out of control.
Hmm. Well, I think now that I'm older, um, I'm more like you're aged and seasoned, and you know like how the effects are. But when you're young and nothing will hold you back, then you're just more willing to experiment and do all those things because you're more resilient. But now it's about health, at least for me.
There's been a huge uptick trend in wine and wineries, like people just really into what regions the grapes are from, and it's like a whole social activity around wineries, and they've popped up everywhere.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, let's
I know
see.
nothing about wine either.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
work around people that like that's their thing. They can rattle off all these different kinds and what the grapes are from and what how they're processed, and they plan trips around where a winery is and stuff like that. And I guess I don't know. I had a trip out to California once that included a winery and a tasting, and I mean, it was okay, but that's just not my thing at all.
Mhm. I was just reading what Liz was saying. I'm having one beer. I needed me a stress reliever. This laundry is killing me, but it's a once in a while. And I was talking about like the whole washing dishes thing earlier.
We're all good.
Girl, I already know. Like,
Well, what do they say? Anything in moderation, right?
yeah, one beer ain't gonna. That's okay.
I'm
Unless
sure.
what is it? A still reserve? Is it like a tall, like 16 ounce? Like, what is one beer?
I think I read somewhere where they were talking about the health benefits of hops.
Oh, really? What's was it a good thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, people are drinking more wine. I tried it once, but it gave you heartburn. I drink wine and I can feel it automatically. It's like medicine. I can feel it go down my throat and it coats and then it goes through my I don't know. It feels like my lungs. I could just feel it going down like medicine, and I'm like, ooh, what is that?
It is like medicine, and yeah.
I don't understand, but for me, my body can't handle alcohol. So, yeah. And then Alicia was like, yeah, it's been a few weeks, especially after work. Sometimes I just need to unwind, but I've been good. Well, at least, yeah, you've been strong about that. Especially you have stressful workplace, you know?
She said, "When
Um,
I drink wine, I snot in my sleep." That is hilarious. I've had people say when they drink wine that gives them headaches.
yeah. Yeah. It's a Modelo. Oh, okay. Yeah, a shorty. Okay.
Oh,
Snore.
snore.
Oh,
that's that's okay too. I
well, I
guess you
mean,
just really
it makes you
relax.
like, yeah, relax to kind of like do that. So,
Yeah, I take after my mother. She never drank, and I've always been the designated driver with friends. I
hmm
drive the drunks home.
shit, I'm the drunken driver. I'm drunk and I'm driving everybody, but I'm so good at it. It's like, yeah, because I don't think I'm that too far gone. I
Yeah,
can see the road. And
yeah.
so, yeah, it's like I can fix, and I think it's because, um, anyways, I'm going a little bit. Whenever I'm under the influence, I have like this really good way of faking it that I'm okay,
You're
but
functional. Yeah.
yeah, functional. But once I get out, I'm all over the place, like walking around and stuff. So,
Every once in a while, if there's something to celebrate, I do like a nice cocktail. I like an
mhm.
umbrella in my drink. So if I'm going to celebrate,
Okay. Yeah.
something celebratory, something, that, maybe at the holiday or some occasion. I have a friend
I can't
sometimes,
even take a wine cooler.
they've never tasted very good, I don't think.
No, I had that at a company party. Like they had the little wine coolers, and I drank it at work, and I had to put my head down.
Ah, yeah.
I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like that little wine cooler did it for me. Um, but luckily it was at the office, and I could like lay there until I was like more sobered up and stuff. But yeah, that wasn't a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always office stories of the Christmas party and who drinks too much. And, you know, what does Alicia say here? Oh, wait a minute. We missed a couple of things.
Oh,
Liz.
Liz, my landlord gave me, I'm assuming is a champagne, but it has Snoop Dogg on it. Oh,
Oh,
okay. Snoop Dogg got his own
he's in
champagne.
everything.
And then Alicia, guess what? Your DM came back around last weekend. Just don't really know how he feels and what he's wanting. Do you remember in December that you told me what would happen? I don't remember exactly, but I guess it happened, right? I I don't remember. Um, because when I channel, sometimes I'll remember, but most times when I channel, I'll forget after I turn off the button and I click off. I don't remember
So
much.
tonight, Alicia, when you go to bed and get really still and quiet, go to sleep asking yourself that question and listen to what your intuition tells you.
Mm,
Right there where you're getting ready to fall asleep, but you're not so conscious that you can like second guess your intuition. You're right in that, real fuzzy area, just about ready to fall asleep, and ask yourself that question and see what you hear.
well, I can say something, and me and my boyfriend, we talk a lot about men and relationships because he's really open like that. And he'll tell me, he says, if a man wants you, they want you. Like, there's no dicking around. They will contact you. They will, see how you're doing. Um, they wouldn't make you wait. They would, tell you what they're doing and things like that.
And not give you
So,
any reason to feel insecure.
exactly. So, like, if someone really wants you, you will know. Like, you don't question it. So, like, if you really don't know, then maybe he doesn't know also, you know? Um, and, uh, and don't force it. Like, sometimes, people, they want to have it right away. Like, let it be natural. Let it come out, um, I guess, without it being forced. Because when you force something, then it's not the right time.
And
Yeah.
nothing that belongs to you will pass you by. So
Right.
it's a
So
it's
you try to manifest communication with your DM. Yeah. Well, you can be in this energy, but this is how I know. If they want to contact you, they will contact you. Because what he said to me, like, was really true. Like, if they're not reaching out to you and they're not taking the initiative, and if they really wanted to talk to you, they will talk to you. You know. And if they're not, they're just not in the vibration. And let's just say that you were the person to initiate contact, and like a couple days go by, a week goes by, and you're like, well, I guess, they weren't, open to receive. Then that you just have to accept that. They're just not ready. So, and, I was talking about this earlier about my twin. I reached out to my twin one last time to see, like, if he was open, and he wasn't. And that was my sign. And that's how I found my boyfriend. And I'm happy, guys. I'm really happy. So, um, So let's see here. So true. Yeah, like you said, he was going through a lot, and I can literally tell he seemed really down. Yeah, if he's like, like really down, you have to ask yourself, is he in this vibration of being in a lovey-dovey relationship? No. Yeah. So you have to give him time. Everyone, like, needs time to really open up. But if he's being communicative, be thankful for those little conversations. You know. There is a blockage called his wife. Yeah. Well, if he has a wife, then let it be. There's no sense in trying to break that up. If he wanted to get out of his relationship with his wife, he will get out. And I know sometimes it's not that easy because there's kids, and then there's like stuff that's going on in their life, so everyone's timing is different. You said I shouldn't let him in easy, but I don't know if I'm doing the right thing because I can see he's going through a lot. Okay, so you have to ask yourself, what does that mean to you? Like, does that mean completely like shut him off? Like, that's why when I say something like that, how do you interpret it? How do you feel? Do you feel like you should totally cut him off? Or should you be open? So, like, with this Pisces energy, you shouldn't be too rigid. You should just go with the flow. um, so yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. What I mean by don't let him easy, don't be easy. I think that's what I mean. Don't be easy. Like, set some boundaries for yourself, but you can be open and lend an ear, and you can be supportive. If he needs, like, someone to like vent
and it
and
also
stuff like
has to do with being, this is what I mean about being honest with ourselves about what's the motivation behind that feeling. Is it so many people see through rose colored lenses, especially with Pisces? We see the best in people, we see their highest potential, but they may not be interested in reaching their highest potential. And we're sitting here, their big cheerleader about you can be this, you can do that, and you want better for them than they want for themselves. And there's nothing we can ever do to make something want something more that they don't. And it's their journey, and we have to allow that and accept that. And if we're not on the same page, it behooves you to not be open, be the person that you want to fall in love with so that you draw that. And I just think, I don't know so much about men, but with women, there's a real disconnect between sincerity and just like a desire in the mind. Like, um, you want that guy because you don't want that girl to have him, or there's a disconnect in the sincerity,
Mhm.
or they made you feel something chemically, like a chemical reaction, and then we want to read more into that when it's nothing more than that. That could be like a karmic memory. um, Relationship is very complex, and I think we try to put it in nice, neat little boxes. And it's, what is that movie, Moonstruck, where Nicolas Cage is talking to Cher about, love is messy, it wrecks your life. And not to be dramatic, but there's a certain degree of truth to that. If you are honestly connecting with someone um, on an intimate level, it is messy. It does mess with your feelings and your energy because we're usually more guarded. We have some sort of guard up or defense that we're not truly intimate. And that all comes from past experiences and layers of protection that we put on ourselves because we don't want to be vulnerable. So keep it in perspective. Really dig down deep in search of your own motivations and what's behind that motivation. And that often is the answer for why things aren't the way you perceive you think you want them to be. And that's another thing, is we have these perceptions, and that's all it is. So, but things happen as they're supposed to happen if you're ready and open at the time. you know, we also give up a lot of opportunities to meet a great person. And that's another truth to face up to, is we might be so distracted by something over here that, you know, that thing that you really want is right in front of you, but you're got your focus over here. So it's just very complex. It's very hard to make, like blanket statements about how relationships should be. I think it's unique to each person. It's unique to each person's past experiences, and your desires change. What you may have wanted in a relationship in your 20s could be totally different than when you're in your 50s.
Mhm.
So, and as we get older, people's lives get more complicated with children from prior partners, and prior marriages and things like that. So, it's certainly not what we're brought up as little girls to believe, that there's a Prince Charming and there's a you know wonderland of perfection out there, and in love and romance. I think romance is, it's nice for novels, but in terms of really connecting with another person as a partner and comrade in this life, in a daily life, to help each other, that's altogether very different. And it doesn't mean there can't be or isn't romance. I'm just saying women start out as young girls with the perception of romance before they're thinking about like minded people as a good partner.
Mhm. Well,
So
I would say like you can get the best of both worlds. It's not impossible, you know. Um, because like even for me and my boyfriend, he's very romantic. Like I'm very lucky. And I think it's because he's a foreigner. He's not American, and I believe that there's a different quality of or difference between American, men, let's say, and then foreigners. But I know that not all foreigners are like innocent, or you know what I mean.
really can't make the blanket statement. What
No,
does
no.
Liz say here? She's put something else up in the chat. Either way, he can't get out. It's a contract, and that's another element of complexity is the karmic contract.
Hmm.
But I don't want him to leave. Right?
Yeah. If it's meant to be, it will be. There's no like forcing anything. And I know earlier you said you're trying to manifest that, but it is what it is. You can send him loving thoughts, you can send him vibrations that you're thinking of him, but if he doesn't really, take any initiative, because he is married after all, then it is what it is, right?
And I've said this a lot lately, and I guess I'm going to say it again. If you truly love someone, you want them to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And, if that means in a marriage or with someone else, if you truly love them, you want them to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And what is heartbreaking is when they're not happy and you want better for them than they want for themselves. So, again, love is messy.
Mm-hmm.
As they say in Moonstruck, love is messy. It'll break your heart. And as a Buddhist monk would say, it just opens your heart. So, there's so many layers of complexity in our beings. And so you just do the best you can every day to be as loving to yourself as you can and allow other people to do as they may, but have those healthy boundaries and love yourself because that's what brings the love to you. I think we've pretty much solved a few of the world's problems tonight. And
Yeah.
it's a fuzzy, kind of nebulous energy. We can all just go take a restorative bath or shower and get into dreamland and let Pisces bring us information in our dreams and then wake up feeling renewed and refreshed and just keep moving forward, keep optimistic, be adaptable to the shifts of the energies and there's been major solar storms also affecting the earth. um, you're very kind, Alicia. You don't know what your words mean. I'm really glad that we can be here and share and just hope the best for everyone to get what they need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you, Alicia. And thank you for everyone who has joined us on this live. And
Um,
again, yeah, go ahead.
we will reconvene on the 22nd for a Libra lunar eclipse. So eclipses are those triggers, and kind of like the tower card. If you're not moving along or doing what you need to do, the universe will make sure that you will get on down the road, little doggy. So
Oh, yeah.
my little doggy has some kind of skin infection. I'm going to get off here and go. I clean it with hydrogen peroxide and I put Neosporin on it. And today the vet called in an antibiotic. So my little Mojo did something right here around his neck where his collar is. And it's this round, bald spot where hair came off. And it looks really like inflamed. So
Oh no.
I was going to take my dogs to camp this weekend and take a road trip, and I've canceled everything because I don't want
Like
people,
forest stuff to get.
well, or, I don't want to ask other people to, when you take them to camp, they have other dogs, so other dogs could, like, you don't want other dogs to lick the area.
Mm-hmm.
With him just staying home with me, I'll make sure to keep it clean and keep his, do his medicine and stuff. So yeah, I had planned a little road trip, and I was going to give my dogs a weekend in the camp, and all of it just fell apart today. And this is my practice of being adaptable,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because I was really looking forward to it, but it's not. It's just going to
Well,
be.
is it raining this weekend over there?
Yes, it's supposed to.
Okay, well then that's okay. It was raining, so
Yeah,
um
maybe get some work in the house done. But
mhm.
so I'm going to go take care of him, and you all have a good couple of weeks, and we'll reconvene this madness soon.
Mhm.
If
Oh,
I can help anyone, you can reach out at lionmountainhealing@gmail.com. And I do appreciate everyone's energy very much.
yes. Well, thank you for being here with us today, and I hope little Mojo gets better.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it kind of looks a little better this evening than it did yesterday. It was looking
Mhm.
really red and inflamed, and I think the neosporin has made it at least
Calm
calm.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Got to figure out. I know I have his collar is like that wide, and I think I need to find like just a skinny little collar so that it's not rubbing that area. But his whole patch of hair came off. It's the weirdest thing. I was looking at him, what was it, night before last? I was like, what is that on your neck? And it was like a scab. And I started rubbing it, and it like came off, and it was this like hair and everything just left this bald spot. So the vet thinks it could be like yeast on the skin or bacteria, and that in combination of right where the collar bubs is irritated it. So, but he's been a challenged little boy for
I
a
know, like he's always had like some sort of health issue, or
yeah.
now it's like a scab and baldy skin. Like I don't know.
I think my theory, he had tons and tons and tons of antibiotics as a newborn pup
Mhm.
from that, what was that disease he had? I forget, where the whole litter
Oh,
died except for him.
yeah, and they did whatever they could to keep him alive.
And I think that's compromised his immunity,
Mm.
having all of that. So
You
yeah,
know, what I've tried on Luna's skin is this is natural. It's hold on, let me see if I can find it.
they say that coconut oil is very good.
Mhm.
Um, Apple cider vinegar is very good. Colloidal silver. What is it? Ditch the itch cream. Okay.
Yeah, colloidal oatmeal.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And this is when she had that thing in her ear,
Yeah.
like scabs or whatever it was. And I put it in her ear and it went away.
Cool.
So yeah, this is like I want to say natural, more natural. And
Right.
I got this at Whole Foods. So I don't know if you have a Whole Foods nearby,
Yeah. I'll
but
look for that.
yeah, this was at Whole Foods. 95% naturally derived ingredients. It's all natural and it's vegan.
Cool. And it cleared it up. It cleared it up.
Yeah, I cleared it up because
Well,
I was trying to go natural with her, instead of giving her like, you know,
I was
antibiotics.
reading online about skin bacteria and stuff, and they were talking about vinegar. Just use
Yeah.
straight vinegar to clean it up. So,
Mhm. I mean, yeah, it might smell a little bit, but just do like a cotton ball and do like half
Uh,
and half and just kind of rub it out. And because I think I did that and then I combined it with this
yeah,
and then it went away because I wasn't about to go to the vet and pay for
right.
all that just to get some cream. You know, like,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try this, and it worked. But what happened is, oh, I remember, she had like a ear, I want to say ear infection or something. But I guess the dog's ears they go in, down, and like this.
Yeah,
So the doctor ended up having to squirt a bunch of stuff
right.
in the ear
Mm,
and just massaged it, and then um, yeah. So I didn't know this, but I bought a shower cap for Luna now, so
oh,
that when
yeah,
she takes showers, that the water doesn't
right.
get into the ear, and that was it. So
Yeah,
she doesn't have ear infections anymore because I was giving her like a bath like once a week, and she loved it. Um, but it was the water. Now that I remember, it was water that was getting into her ear, and that's what's calling like that yeast stuff
yeah.
kind of like happen. So yeah, so you told me about that, and I decided to just shower cap it. And,
I had this dog named Jojo years ago, and she would get these crusty skin on her ears. It was really weird.
mm-hmm.
And it was some kind of allergy or whatever. And I tried all kinds of things. And one day she would go out in the yard and she would lay under this bush and gnaw on the bark, and it was a witch hazel bush. And
Um,
so I thought, animals are pretty instinctual. They naturally know what they need. And I started taking cotton balls with witch hazel onto her ears, and it cleared it up like a miracle. It was really
what?
good stuff. Yeah. Uh, witch hazel is a natural astringent.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
whatever it was really weird. But that I would just hold like moistened cotton balls of witch hazel on the area. And
mm-hmm.
after a couple of days of that, it would just come right off like smooth.
Hmm.
But I didn't get onto that until I kept noticing she would go straight to that tree and just lay under it and gnaw on the branches, on the witch hazel branches.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But I think for Mojo, I mean, he's not scabbing, right? It's just
No,
like
I think
hair.
it got like calloused or blistered or something by this collar that's really too wide for him. But it was so cute.
Well, you know what they say, cute is one thing, but is it?
I
That's
need to.
kind of like wearing high heels, like they look good,
I
but is
know.
it good for
Yeah.
you? Like,
That's my mission tomorrow is I know I have a variety of collars, so I'm going to find one that's just like skinny and not rubbing that area. He acts
so,
fine. He's eating and playing. I mean, he acts like it doesn't even bother him, but I just didn't want it to get out of control or
mm-hmm. Do you do a harness, a body harness, or is it just a
I have
collar?
several. Yeah, I have several different harnesses.
Mm-hmm.
I had a trainer tell me harnesses make dogs pull like sled dogs. So I
Yeah.
was trying to find the collar that kept him from pulling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I saw this thing on YouTube where, your collar and your leash, and you loop the leash around their body and through it and make like a loop around their chest. And that has been the best thing that keeps him from pulling.
Huh.
You do it, with already what you have, the collar and the leash.
Interesting.
So, yeah. So right now he's collarless.
Right, right, yeah. I mean, I'm just like when you take them out and
He's
stuff,
naked. Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems to like that. And
Uh-huh.
I think I have. I want to find. I think I have a leash that you just slip over their head, and I should probably ditch the collars because they do scratch at them. So, and this is what's happened. I think is from him scratching at it. He's irritated that patch of skin. He'll
Mm,
be fine though.
okay.
He's funny, funny boy, funny boy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Aw.
They are so funny.
That's so
Yeah, I was
cute.
gonna give them a weekend at camp, but that's not gonna happen. We'll just do that another time.
Well, they can have camp at home. You just bring out those marshmallows and you have your hot
Yeah.
cocoa, and they can just, I don't know, get cozied up with you in the house.
Well, I don't get anything done. I was part of it is I was gonna come home. When you take them on the weekend, you can't pick them up till 4 on Sundays. And I was going to be home early, and I thought, oh, I'll have a day without dealing with them and try to get some heavy duty cleaning done because I swear they want to be right in the middle of anything you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I cage them up if that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you're going in. Yeah, because I had to clean my bed sheets earlier today, and I hate it when Luna like wants to jump on the
Play.
bed. You know,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
there's no protection on there. You gotta get off.
She wants to be in the middle of attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
It's all good.
yeah. Yeah.
We love our animals.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, then. Well, I'm going to buzz out of here and y'all just stay mellow and enjoy the Piscean nebulous pinky kind of energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you again, Sunny, for being
Thank
here
you.
with us,
Yeah.
and we'll see you next time.
All righty. See you later.
All
Bye.
right. All right. Bye bye.